I'll mention Rabbi Hammer, who we have a video with on my own YouTube channel, has become a crusader for mental health awareness.
Oh,
Well,
I think he visited Nashville.
okay, probably he gets around.
No,
Okay, his name is Shalom Hammer,
Sholem,
Rabbi Shalom
yes,
Hammer,
yeah,
a
he
crusader
visited
for mental
Nashville.
health awareness after his daughter's tragic passing, and he's
Right.
doing a good job. So in yeshiva 23 years ago, he said that one of the things that we'd have in a dormitory is our own space. We never have to leave for Shabbos or Ben Azmanim. It's ours. Your room is your place. I'm thinking, what's the chiddush? And the answer was because a lot of Israeli yeshivas have that sometimes they have to rent out the dormitory for a Shabbos. So they tell everybody, take all your personal effects and put them in this locker or closet, clear out your room, find somewhere else to go for Shabbos or for Yontif or for Ben Azmanim. I know, or American yeshivas don't do this, but Israeli yeshivas and French yeshivas do. So why do they do this? Uh, I'm saying this because there's an exodus from Kochav Yaakov to Beit El. It's unusual. Why? Because normally when people move, it's because they want to live somewhere. They have a job opportunity, whatever makes people move. But it's very strange that they're dafka moving from here to there. In Jewish history, wherever you have Jews all in one place, and they're all going to some other place. Usually, if it's not to Eretz Yisrael because you're supposed to go to Eretz Yisrael, it's because of desperation. If you had the Pale of Jewish settlement, I was talking to someone today. What's your roots? The Pale. And if everybody had to get out of the Pale and they're just going to go where? Who's going to take them? America. They weren't going because they found better opportunities and they're moving on. It's because of desperation. They were perhaps surviving pogroms as children. Five the Mouse and people like that. Just basically depict what happened to my grandfather and his family is depicted in cartoon form, right? And that applies to many of our families. So there's desperation happening now. This is not a sign of good things. People are being pushed somewhere. This is gullus. Rabbi Hammer is trying to teach: if you don't have your own place, if for whatever reason one day someone's just going to come and say, now you have to leave, pack out, you know that you're transient. The idea of Yovel, which is juxtaposed with the earlier Tochacha. Remember, the early Tochacha and Vekra is the ultimate punishment, exile. Whereas the blessing of keeping the Shemitah and Yovel is that, don't worry, come the Yovel, even if you had to sell off your ancestral property because you were broke or whatever it was, you always have a place to go back to. Every Jewish person has his place in Eretz Yisrael that's his and only his. It belongs to his family. It'll always stay in the family, and he always has a place to go. That's what God's ideal is. And the problem is people can barely afford now. Why is it that socioeconomically speaking, men who work hard and are in their 40s and are stable can't afford to have their own place in Eretz Yisrael, and they constantly have to keep renting, and then they have to be kicked out when the time comes. It's because we are hurting ourselves with our political decisions. Correct? You know this. I don't need to teach you economics, but people actually know these things. So we have to vote differently. We are hurting ourselves with our own political decisions and leadership, and we don't get anything out of voting. I think that we need a whole revolution in how we understand these things. And by the way, the Jubilee means Yovel means what? Shnat HaYovel means the year of the Yovel. But what is a Yovel? Well, it came to mean that particular year, but a Yovel means a ram's horn. Okay, it is synonymous with the shofar. Okay, in the Bible. So, and that's how Chazal learned a lot of things. The Karaites say there is no mitzvah explicit in the Torah of saying take a Yovel or a shofar or a horn or keren or anything and sound it on Rosh Hashanah. You know that? They have a good claim. So we say, well, yeah, but it says teruah, it means that. They say teruah something means crying out. No, we have a tradition. Shofar teruah is mentioned in the Yovel, the 50th year. So we know that is also what we're supposed to do on Rosh Hashanah. The Chiddush is sometimes you also do it once every 50 years in Yom Kippur.